Welcome to Let's Power Automate all your D365 and M365 documents with dox42. My name is Lisa Pulsinger, I'm Senior Technical Evangelist, and together with dox42 CEO Christian Bauer, we've prepared a lot of powerful content for you.
Hello everyone, my name is Christian Bauer, I'm CEO of dox42 and welcome to our session.
So what can you expect of the next 30 minutes? First up will be Christian, and he will introduce you to the power of document automation. He will tell you why do you need it, what are the challenges and what problems it will help you solve on a daily basis. Afterwards, you will get a preview of our dox42 Power Automate Premium Connector. Yes, exactly this one up here. Just for you to know, at the time of recording, the connector was still in preview mode, but it will be released shortly. During that part of the video, we're gonna see a lot of live demos. We're gonna see how we generate documents with the dox42 Premium Connector with data from Dataverse and from SharePoint. We're also gonna see a scenario using Power Apps. Afterwards, you will get to hear how dox42 customers around the globe are using our tool for the document generation. But so much for now. Christian, now it's your turn.
So why is document automation essential on the Dynamics 365 platform? Every company, every organization is creating tons of contracts, of presentations, of offers, of any kind of document every single day. And many of these documents require quite a bit of complexity. Require to integrate text modules or conditions, a dynamic hyperlink, including images, maybe a barcode. And all this is not easily doable using the standard tools. Of course, you can resort to programming, yes. Having a developer doing that based on reporting services or business documents, okay, that's possible, yes. But then business users have no control about their templates anymore, apart from being a very expensive way. But business users need control about their templates, so what are they doing? They resort to copy-pasting. And copy-pasting is very error-prone, it's cumbersome, and it takes a lot of effort. And this is why introducing document automation in a company normally allows for a break-even of only 3 months. Well, that's the business perspective. Let's have a look on the technical perspective. Let's have a look what is Microsoft doing in terms of software architecture. Microsoft is splitting up its applications into smaller reusable services, universally reusable services, like Power Automate, Dataverse. Okay? Yes, there has always been an automation capability on AX, on NAV, on CRM, SharePoint of course. But Microsoft is trying to get rid of these proprietary capabilities in favor of the Power Platform because it's universally usable. It works for any system and also future systems. Okay? Another example is Microsoft Teams. You can use Microsoft Teams as a universal front door for all of these applications. And the adoption of Teams is great for good reason. Let's compare the new and the old architecture. In an old architecture, a customer would say, I have my AX and I'm running everything from there. I'm doing everything from AX, period. In a new architecture, the same customer would say, I'm using Dynamics 365 Finance and Operation for ERP, for example, but then I have my marketing department, they want to run their marketing campaigns from CE, so I have my CE, then I have some Power Automates for automation purposes, I'm using Teams as a universal front door, then I have documents, I want to manage them, so I'm using SharePoint for that, maybe my OneDrive link to that, and so on. So you have a lot of applications working together. What does that mean for the standard tools? The standard tools are always an add-on to one of these applications, so they don't work with all of them. But data tends to be more distributed, okay, in all of these applications. So what you want is a universally usable service for document automation. And most of third-party tools as well are an add-on to one of these applications. Same true here, okay? And the distributed information doesn't make it much easier for copy-pasters as well. So what you really want is a universal service for document automation that connects to every system, that integrates with every system, also future systems, that allows business users to design the templates to be in control of these documents and being able to create quite complex documents. And that's dox42 for you. Let's see it in action.
So let's get started with the live demo part of this session. The first scenario we're going to see is a quote generation from Dynamics CRM. And we're going to get to know two options on how to do that. The first one is by using the dox42 Dynamics CRM solution. And the second one is by letting the dox42 Power Automate Connect to do all the work for you. Let's have a look. In that scenario, we're selling solar panels. We have 3 different products here, we have some information about the customer here, and of course we have a quote ID. Now, solar panels, they're quite a complex product, and that means that also the quote is going to be quite complex, and that's why we're going to integrate also data from other sources, and in that case it's SharePoint, because all the project members uploaded some additional information on there. So we have a folder on SharePoint with the same quote ID, like here, and here we have different documents, like here a cover letter with some pictures and the sunshine hours, we want to include that. Then we have an Excel, which is about the installation hours. It's with live data, so you can see here we have some formulas added. We have a picture of a PowerPoint we want to integrate, a connection plan, and a small incentive for marketing that should also be part of the document. Now, me as the salesperson, I have various options. The first one is I want to generate a quote. I click on the dox42 pop-up. I say dox42 which template it should take. I say also the format. I want a PDF. I could add some further info. And then I click on Generate, and now dox42 is using the dox42 Dynamics CRM solution. It's generating the document and it's downloading it for me in my browser. Here we have it, and we can see here it's for Adventure CO. We have a QR code, we have a logo, we have the first Word document included here. We have a product table with pictures coming from Dynamics. We have that was our Excel actually, now as a table. We have a picture of the PowerPoint presentation as well as a Word document down below. Now, I really like the document already. I just want to change one tiny thing. So I see that there's a 20% discount added. But actually the customer has been really loyal, so I want to change that and I want to grant them 25%. And then of course I want to have an updated document. How are we going to do that? Let's have a look. So back in my quotes, I'm changing it to 25% discount. I'm saving. And now I could use once again the dox42 Dynamics CRM solution, clicking a button and saying, for example, to generate a document and send it by email, to attach it to an entity, or to store it on SharePoint. However, it's already stored on SharePoint now and I didn't need to do anything. This is because the dox42 Power Automate connector has done all the magic in the background, and as soon as I changed the discount, it regenerated the document and saved it for me on SharePoint. Let's have a look. So within my SharePoint, now a new document was added, the Dataverse flow document, about a minute ago, by me, and here with some dynamic metadata. And now I'm opening the document and I can see once again it's that same quote, and if I scroll down I can see that here we have the 25% discount added, all done automatically without me needing to do anything extra. Now let's check out that flow behind that. So here we're using data from Dataverse, it's a Dataverse flow, and we set as soon as something in the quotes table is added or modified, then the dox42 service should be called and the document should be generated and stored to SharePoint. We've also included some dynamic data coming from Dataverse. That's what's behind that flow. Now let's have a look at the second scenario. In that scenario, we actually want to generate a contract for a new employee of ours. That's Michaela Mitarbeiter, and Michaela Mitarbeiter is gonna be added as a developer to our company. Now, once again, I could generate the contract directly here. I could say send it to DocuSign, for example, but I want to create a flow for that. The flow doesn't exist yet, but now we're going to set it up together using the dox42 connector. So I'm going to my flows. I already added the Dataverse connector here. I say the table name contacts, and then when something is added or modified, then I want a new step, and I want the dox42 connector, and then I need to let dox42 know what action it should perform. And to easily set that up, we have the dox42 server designer, where we said, okay, generate the document and send it by email. And now all I need to do is I need to copy the link to our dox42 online server. I need to copy the performance. And now I can add once again, I can add some dynamic data coming from Dataverse. So for example, the contract, I want it to include the name of Michaela. Save. Now we have that flow set up, and now it's time to test it. So I'm gonna go down to test, and I say test manually. And I'm going to my contacts, and I say, Michaela, she's really a high performer. She's gonna get 8,000 euros. So now I saved this one up here. And now the flow is running, it's performing the action, and we're gonna receive an email with the contract of Michaela Mitarbeiter. Service call has been successful. So now we can see here an email, dear Michaela Mitarbeiter, here the contract Michaela. We're happy to welcome you as a developer. Here is a picture of the HR person. And then in the attachment, we have a contract document, an employment contract for Michaela Mitarbeiter. Great. And then all you've seen of that is also possible with PowerPoints and Excels. Like, for example, if I go to my opportunities, and for the opportunities, we've prepared a PowerPoint presentation, our solar panels proposal, and also here I could choose a button to generate a document. However, I could also adjust something where I could say it's a very sunny place, there is no rain, and solar power is popular in that place. So now once again I did a change, and now once again a Dataverse connected Power Automate flow has been triggered, the document was generated, and in that case a PowerPoint presentation was generated and sent by email once again. And that email is not only sent to an inbox, but it's also stored on Microsoft Teams. So if we have a look in Teams, we can see your sales proposal. It was just sent to here directly using our premium connector. Great. And now we are already in the last example, because so far we've seen dox42 with Power Automate, but it also works with Power Apps. And I've prepared a Power App, once again, for employee contracts. So you could have it on your phone as well. And I could say here, for example, Johannes Linde, he's gonna be part of our company. That's his phone number. He's gonna be added as a sales manager, for example. That's his salary, 9,000 euros. Let's leave it, okay. And I can click here on generate employee contract. And now once again, the dox42 connector is taken, the document is generated, and in that scenario, it's stored once again on SharePoint. Also in that scenario, and for that the template is taken with data only coming from SharePoint. So here we have the contract for Johannes Linder, and he is a sales manager. And if we have a look at that flow, we can see here Power Apps, it gets the items from SharePoint and then it creates a document with data from SharePoint. So what it shows, it's really up to you which data you're using, which data sources you're using. If you're using dox42 directly or if you're using for a Power Automate connector, dox42 can generate all your documents for you. And now one last thing for the demo is that we're going to have a look at how actually a dox42 template looks like. So we're managing our templates on SharePoint Online, and I'm going to open the template for the sales quote. And we will see, instead of like all the data we've seen before, we're going to see a lot of dox42 data fields. And behind that data fields are actually the placeholders for the data from all our sources. So if I click on one of those fields, it pops up, the dox42 data field explorer pops up on the side, and I can see exactly where that field comes from. In that case, it comes from a data source organization, and the field is called name. Here it's the quote number, and it's coming from our sales quote data source, or down below it's actually coming from a SharePoint data source. So we can see different data sources here, and then up here to design, here is my dox42 ribbon, the dox42 add-in with all the functionalities I need. Within the data map, I can add all my data sources, and we can see that we have a lot of data sources like databases, Excel, web service, SharePoint, Dynamics of course, but also FE, FO, BC, SAP and others. I can add them through here, and I can always, so I design the template to document here, and I can also always generate my document locally to check if it does what I want it to do. So here I can say I want to generate the solar panels document, and now it's generating the document here locally for me, and I can have a look and compare my template versus my generated document. It's taking now the data from Dynamics and also from SharePoint, and it's including it here. So here I can view it side by side, and we can see that here this block turned into the address, then here we have our sales quote, and here we have the Word document we integrated. We have a dynamic table here, we have some conditions, like for example the freight is not shown in the generated document. This is because we said it should not be inserted when the freight amount is empty and there was no freight amount. And down below we have our picture and our last Word document. That's how a template looks like with dox42, and that's what we've used it within our demo scenario for the sales quote. So much for the live demo scenarios, but now it's time to find out how actually dox42 customers are using dox42 within their companies.